the Hawk. It's Mondays. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about turning points. And I think turning points, can basically be a situation where you can really have full awareness of what's going on around you. So my turning point, or one of my turning points, was when I really started to lose weight. And that's when I really started to build a lot more confidence. I think that that's something that, confidence is something that comes from experience. There's really no way to get that injected into your arm. The best way to build some confidence is to go forward. The more mistakes that you can make, I think the better it is. And through those failures that we've talked about in the previous episodes, by failing forward and going through those tough times, that's going to allow you to have the confidence to go through more tough times. I think that that's something that people kind of forget, is having that. They want a success really quick. They want success overnight, or 6 weeks, or in 1 year. It's going to take time, and it's through those dips, through those turns, through those right crosses from life, that we learn, that we can handle it. And when you can handle it, that's what's going to breed that confidence. There's certain things that you will go through that I think that you're going to be able to, stick your chin out, if you will, and take a shot from life. So, I think a turning point, one of the turning points for me personally, was when I was about 25. Was when, I made a decision to get in shape and get my health in order. And I think that that's one of the things that I think a lot of people overlook, is the simple idea of deciding. And I'll tell you my experience. The decision was basically because I was just tired of being tired of not looking the way I wanted to look. And I just made a decision with my entire body, my heart, my soul, that I'm going to get this done no matter what it takes, whether it takes suffering, not eating food, drinking water at night, because I thought at the time not drinking late at night would help me lose weight. And there's a bunch of different things that I did. Putting cayenne pepper in my food so that I wouldn't eat as fast. Little things like that I was just 100% dedicated. I put all my chips into that situation, and I got an outcome. Now, with that being said, it was not something that, looking back on it, I didn't do it perfect. But the point I guess I'm trying to make was once I made that decision, that was the turning point. So I think that what we can do today to have the best Monday we've ever had is make a decision that today is going to be the best day. Today is going to be better than last week. Today is your day to shine. Today is your day to make new mistakes and continue forward from that. So, that was just one of my turning points. I think it also has to do with confidence too, because once I started to see some results, I started to build a little bit more confidence. And that really just stemmed off into all aspects of life, whether it be work, whether it be personal, and just the way that I carried myself. At that time too, I want to kind of bring this into fruition as well. I wasn't necessarily the most confident in the gym, let's put it that way too. I knew my way around, but certainly I kind of walked more on eggshells. I think when I looked at other people in the gym and assumed, I should look like that, Once I kind of got into my routine, once I was dedicated, I was getting up at 4 in the morning and doing all the right things and eating everything, and I started to notice, some benefits from that. I started to have a smaller waistline. I started to have a little bit more confidence, and I brought that into the gym too. That was kind of my safe haven. And so not necessarily, I had more confidence out in life and doing work and whatever I was doing. But when I walked in the gym, that was my spot, and I could walk around with my chest pumped up, and that's what I started to bring to every aspect of my life. Whether it be going out on a hot date, whether it be going to a job interview, whether it be just going to work. I had a little bit more swag in my step, I think, and I think that's really important personally, is having confidence, not an ego, but confidence, believing in yourself that, I'm not really too worried about what kind of question you're going to ask me because I can answer any kind of question you have. So I think that was something that it obviously took time, but I believe that once I made that decision to make that, health move, getting into, a leaner physique and so forth, that really was my turning point, just because I started to believe in myself a lot more. I started to believe in myself in all aspects of life. So that's what I think, that's what helped me, as far as having that turning point. But I think it also has to do a lot with that self-awareness, because I really kind of at that point audited myself, in the words of Gary V. I kind of took a self-assessment and just realized that this is something that I had to do in order to be happy in my own skin. And I think once you know who you are yourself, having that self-awareness, as we talked about, that's also going to stem to the confidence too. So today's turning point, I think that, turning points can be, one big thing. It can also be multiple different things. I'm continuously learning. I think that's one of the things that, we all need to do, is continuously learn from our mistakes and realize that there is no real end point with that. You don't do it for 6 weeks and you have daily affirmations and you are very self-aware and so forth, and then in 6 weeks you get to just go back to the way it was. I think that's another thing that is hugely, grossly underrated, is the ability to adapt. So with that confidence, with having those turning points, your adaptability also becomes better, because you're not fearful of new experiences. You're not fearful of new adventures. You're not fearful of having things go wrong. And I think that's another thing, that I'll just touch upon, is the ability to change, the ability to adapt to circumstances. Because there is one thing that is guaranteed, and that's change, right? The world's constantly going to be changing. So I think that if you can start being more aware of that things are never they're not always gonna go the way that you want it to go, but that's okay, because you can adapt and you have confidence and you can overcome whatever you want. Remember, there's nobody who does sales like you do. There's nobody who does media buying like you. There's nobody who does finance like you. There's nobody who paints like you. There's nobody who plays drums like you. You are amazing, and it's time to unlock it. So, let's get rocking and rolling. I'll talk to you soon. Alright, so quick recap. Today is our turning point, which is going to also help with our confidence, right? And we're also going to be very adaptable. So, focusing on being self-aware, having confidence in whatever you're doing, whether it's something familiar or it's not, be confident with it. And also to just make sure that we are not getting frustrated with something that's not going along to plan. In fact, let's try to embrace uncomfortability today. So let's focus on those 3 things and let's get it rocking and rolling. Look, Connor got it done. Why can't you?
Being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. Why would you be realistic?
I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt you will see me on the UFC in the near future, without a doubt.
What's the point of being realistic? It's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it.
Every hero you guys had was called an idiot, crazy, a loser. You must break society's status quo.
Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide.
I will be where I want to be. I'm 100% confident that I will make it to the top. I have the skills, I have the dedication. It will happen, and I'll let you know when it happens.
The first step before anybody else in the world believes it is you have to believe it.
Never say never. Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Passion is free. Nobody can charge you for passion. Nobody can tell you what passion looks like. Because that's all about you. Effort is isolated. The reason why effort is isolated, because nobody can dictate it. Effort is 100% in the mind. No coach, no player, nobody else can make you run to the ball. Nobody else can make you finish a tackle. Nobody else can do it. And when you finally figure it out, how to win real battles, it's found through fundamentals. That's what wins championships. That's what wins battles. Because you don't know what tired feels like.
Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
Because you live your life afraid. Don't care what you think after pushing me beyond the